So how does a real man talk? And of course, this is my opinion. And I'm not talking about like talking like really macho or having a really deep voice. I'm talking about how come when you talk to someone and then within like 5 minutes, they kind of put you into the kids section. And this is because even though you are older, it doesn't mean that the way that you talk has grown with you. So here are some of my thoughts. First is you don't want to talk too quickly. Have you ever had an experience where you talk way too quickly and then you were actually wrong? Yep, been there. Like I did that literally like 2 days ago. And beside from that, I also have done this tons of times. And it really makes you regret what you did and it makes you look dumb. And trust me, after a few times, people will start to ignore the things that you are saying because you keep acting like people that don't think things through. This is why, as a general rule, take your time to really understand everything before you jump into any conversation. Take for instance, if people are talking about sports and you know nothing, it is actually better to listen, learn, and then go back, learn some terms, read some articles, and talk next time with some more knowledge and content. Rather than just trying to jump in and then pretend that you can talk at the same level as everyone else. Because you can't, and people can tell right away. And I know that it doesn't really feel good to be on the bottom like a newbie that really knows nothing, but the more that you pretend, the worse it's going to get. So this is why it's actually better to listen and learn before you say anything. If you're looking to become a man that knows their way around the world, hit that subscribe button. But on the flip side, if you say absolutely nothing out of the fear that you might say something wrong, people will start treating you like you have nothing good to say. So that's not exactly like a good thing either. So you can't really do this or that. Life's really great, huh? So what actually should you do? In my opinion, you want to focus on building one of the most important currency, especially in this day and age. And this currency is mainly about one thing. Can people trust what you say? Nope, it's not cool, it's not flashy, and like those nice comebacks. But this is also when you have to really ask yourself, what is more valuable to you? Do you want to stay a child and be the person that's constantly chasing after attention? Or do you want to become the person that everyone respects and knows is very capable? And trust is that currency because people value the truth above everything else. This is why when you talk, don't exaggerate, don't brag, don't try to impress other people. Because all those things are you trying to slightly alter the truth. And nobody likes to be lied to or manipulated. Only focus on accurate statements. One dangerous lie, one huge prank can potentially ruin your relationships. And some people are actually just doing this for fun. And trust me, these people will definitely pay for that later on. But another behavior that really separates the men from the boys is being able to talk straight to the problem. When there's a problem, it's really easy to try to cover it up and pretend that everything's okay. Ask me how I know this. And it's not easy. Some of these conversations are really difficult. That's why people don't really like to have them. I have handled some of them pretty poorly. But the main thing here is this. If you don't talk about the problem is still there. And people end up becoming really passive aggressive. If there is a problem that needs to be addressed, you need to bring the problem up directly, privately, respectfully, quickly. Is this really awkward and uncomfortable? Yes, absolutely it is. And sometimes it might not even end up well. But this is how a real man talks, because they don't shy away from anything. Nothing scares them. If you don't talk about the problem and you try to get revenge instead, you become this really petty, stingy, bitter person that nobody wants to talk to. This last one is that a lot of people are actually not voicing their thoughts very clearly. Like, have you done any of these things? Rushing through what you have to say, mumbling under your breath, listening but not actually listening, talking but not really caring if the other person actually understands or not. If you do any of these things, then you're not talking very clearly. Because it really comes down to this. Are you talking just because you like hearing your own voice? Or do you talk so that the other person can actually understand you? If you're wondering why people can tell really quickly between a man and a kid, this is one of the big differences. They can feel how differently a man treats a conversation. They can feel the respect, the strength, but also the sincerity. If you're talking way too soft, then you're just talking for yourself because nobody can hear you. And I understand this can be really difficult because I've been there. There's really no way around it. You just have to talk louder. Also, look at the person that you're talking to so your voice is going towards them. And talk slightly slower so they understand everything that you're trying to say, but not so slow that you're actually patronizing them or something. When you're talking to someone, it's very different. Don't use any special lingos or terms that other people might not understand. All these things are really basic, but if you do them well, it makes a world of difference. And then when you talk to a real man, you can sense just how present they are with you at that moment. They're not on their phones or looking around. You are the only focus when they talk to you. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I know this is a little different, but yeah, it's a conversation. And I will see you in my next video.